Most people want to escape the matrix, but don't even realize that they are in it. Now, what do I mean by this? People being unconscious or not conscious of their actual living self, and that this is their one life and that's all they get. That's in the matrix. It's when you're not thinking about anything, you're just in this automated system of going to your 9 to 5, going home scrolling and repeat, and it keeps you not thinking, unconscious. So now you have to realize and to understand this whole concept of what I'm about to teach you, you only get one shot at this. You only get to enjoy everything once. Why do you want to sit in a 9 to 5 job, being on autopilot? Yes, it's easy, but you don't get to enjoy life the way you should be able to. You don't get to tour the world and really live life. The Matrix isn't some conspiracy theory. It's a system that convinces you to trade your life for comfort. You know, that's what I'm on about. Work, scroll, repeat. So now to the Matrix, there are 2 layers. There are layer 1, layer 2. So layer 1 is getting out and having relative time freedom, relative financial freedom, being able to travel the world and do what you want on most of the time when you say. This is the hardest one because you're going from 0 to 80%. Most of you right now watching this are 0% better than the normal person. To get 80% better than the normal person and have all this freedom, it's gonna be a lot of work and it's gonna be a long, long journey to get there. I say this, it can be done in less than a year if done properly and really focused. I made this from my life experience, this little guide here on how to do it, on how I did it, and how I know many, many others have done it also. When you're in the first level, there is always possibilities to go back. That's why you have to work hard. So, how did I do it? Now, if you got to this point, you probably understand what the rat race, matrix, all that kind of stuff is, and that's why you continue watching, because you might want to escape it. Now, the loop of going to work, partying, paying bills, partying to escape reality, and doing it all again is not right. But the truth is, what's keeping you there isn't the government, isn't your boss, it's not even your parents, it's yourself. Yourself is keeping you there due to simple inaction. I understand you might have this 9 to 5 job, you might have all this where you can't really focus on escaping the matrix. It's this 9 to 5 loop cycle where you are not conscious. How do we get out of it? How I know that many others have done it and how I have, which is why I'm going to give you this guide with full confidence. The first step is online income. Now, this isn't me selling a course or anything like that. Don't be afraid. This is literally me telling you to find an online job or some sort of online income. I'm not saying become an entrepreneur like that, because that is not how it works, ladies and gentlemen. Before you become this crazy entrepreneur with the best mindset, full freedom, you need money that comes from an online income. This doesn't matter where. It's not drop shipping, it's not crypto, it's literally getting an online job. This can be editing for someone. This can be OF chatting, which is what I did when I first started out, and I know many others have done. It can be anything. It can even be online sales and traveling the world. I met someone in Bali who was doing the same thing, lives in Australia, literally sells sales online, lives a sick life in Australia because he's learned to get this online income. So why the online income? Well, when I lived in the UK, I felt, low energy, complaining, everyone's negative, no one believes in the dreams. You make the word matrix, you get laughed at, and that is just a fact. That is a system that has now been built in the UK for most people. And most people, believe it or not, your friends, your family, they might not be conscious to this, and any time you try to make this conscious to this, they're gonna shrug you off and be like, what the hell are you on about? You are clinically insane. Now, my first online job is for a chatting agency. Yes, I know, I was a chatter in the business I run now. So obviously sending messages, sales, it gave me the good insight into my business to start it now. I was making about £3,000 a month, and I was able to travel relatively free and have decent time freedom because I made this online income. That money changed everything for me. Not because it made me rich, but because it bought me the time and it gave me a way to escape and also built the foundations for my agency. Now, in my free time after work, I learned systems, scripts, team structure, everything to build an agency. Now, what is the next step? Leaving your environment is gonna be a big changer. That's why I was talking about the UK. Now you have this online income, next step is to leave. It's simple. When I left the UK, everything changed. No mates calling me to go out, relatively, less distractions, no one laughing at my ideas. When I landed in Asia, it was definitely uncomfortable and I felt the pressure to work hard and to make it work. And that pressure obviously built the foundations and the hard work then to what I have now. The best position you can be in is no backup, no plan, no safety net, no escape route. My family was poor, so I had no escape. I had to make this work. So how did it start out? I was just managing one model, then two, then a team. It compounds, and that is how it works. Every mistake became a lesson, every win became fuel. That's how real growth happens, through discomfort and focus. Now, I would recommend, personally, Thailand. That is where I am now. I actually really haven't left here since I started making that online income, simply due to the fact it's lit here. Look at my fucking dank villa. Obviously, it wasn't always like this. A nice 4-bed, 6-bath, gangster-ass villa with a nice view. That over there is the ocean. It's bloody beautiful. But at first, when I was in Bangkok, it was literally me in a condo, grinding 16 hours per day to make my dreams a reality. And it's just simple. You don't grow where you're comfortable, and that is just the fact. Now, step 4, now that you've got this online income and you've left the country, so now becomes a phase of actually building your business. By this point, you should already have an idea or a direction of where you want to go, what business model to go to, and what market feels right. Now, if you haven't started yet, this is when you should lock in, because once you've freed up your time, you finally have the leverage to build something real. For me, that meant doubling down on my agency. Day in, day out, outreach, coming up with new systems, onboarding new clients, losing clients, learning why, and fixing what broke. It obviously isn't glamorous, but every failure taught me a different lesson to improve my agency, to get it to the point where it was today for a really, really strong business and one of the top agencies in the space. That's what real growth actually looks like. It isn't just instant success, it's failure and improvement. Every mistake is a lesson, please remember that. Now, for being honest, one thing I wish I did was get a mentor. I was naive back in the day, I was stubborn, I thought I knew everything. Looking back at it, like me being brutally honest, I should have got a mentor. It would have saved me years of trial and error. And that's part of why I'm doing this now, to help people in the OFM space build real agencies, not scams and not short-term money grabs. Actual brands with systems and structure. So if you're watching this, take this part seriously. If you've got the time, use it. Don't waste it chasing random opportunities. Spend it building your foundations for your business. Now, I'm gonna loop back on why I said to move abroad. Now that you're building these systems, so let's picture it like this. You've gone from Dave, who lives in Northampton, working a 9-to-5 job, to now finding an online income, moving over to Thailand or somewhere, wherever you might want to go. You know, some people like the Philippines, some people like Indonesia, i.e. Bali. Those places are great because you're around different people. But first, picture this and tell me, brutally honest, think in your mind, will this help me? You've gone from Dave, 9 to 5, scrolling reels, going out on the weekend, lives in Northampton, let's say, working a normal office job, McDonald's, whatever it may be. That is your life, its cycle is on repeat. Now you've broken the cycle, you've found an online income, sustained it for at least 1 month, you've now gone to Thailand to find your dreams. You've broken the cycle, that's all it takes, action. Now that you've broken the cycle, your mind is going to be freed up to a totally different world. Now, step 5, leverage and network. Living abroad gives you leverage most people will never experience in their whole life. Everything's cheaper, food, rent, and you can buy back your time due to everything being cheaper. You can afford to buy back your focus as well. Hire cleaners, order meals, automate the shit you don't want to do. Every minute you free up can go back into your business. Now, networking, it's real out here. It's not no bogus. You meet people in cafes, gyms, co-working spaces, people who are on the same wavelengths of you. Random conversations can turn into business partnerships worth M's. I'm talking M's, and I've seen this in the flesh myself. That's what happens when you surround yourself with builders, not talkers. Like, people in the UK like to say they want to do it, but never do. Obviously, there are people who are successful in the UK. I'm not saying that. I'm just talking from my own life experience, and what I've seen many others around me do is this exact cycle. So now, understanding levels to the matrix. Escaping the matrix has levels. Level 1 is financial and environmental freedom. You earn enough to quit your job, work anywhere, and live on your own terms. That's where most people stop. They escape, but only get halfway and still have this pressure and negativity around them. Level 2 is mental freedom. You stop being a prisoner to your habits and your emotions, because a lot of people get online money and still act like slaves. Scrolling, comparing, chasing, dopamine. They're free, but they're still controlled. I had that realization when my agency was making 5-figure months profit. I thought I'd made it. But mentally, I was still anxious and reactive. That's when I realized level 2 isn't about money, it's about peace. It's about being able to sit with yourself and not need distractions. When you reach that, everything else compounds naturally. Now, of course, we're still achieving this to this day, because to truly escape level 2, you need to have multiple M's. I'm talking 10 M's probably. 10 to 20 M's is where you can truly quit everything and enjoy your life and not be bound to money. Now, money is obviously great, but it isn't the be all and end all. Money is the main goal for myself right now, as it should be for you. Let's get a recap. Escaping the Matrix isn't going to be pretty. It's messy, it's lonely, it's painful. You're definitely going to lose friends and you'll doubt yourself, question everything, question life, but that's the price of freedom. Most people want comfort disguised as freedom. They want to escape, but still be told what to do. What I left, I had no fallback, and that made me dangerous, so it should for you. What is the plan for you then? Take any online income you can get, even if it's small, 2 to 3K, and live from it. Use it to buy back your time and leave your environment. Build something of your own in your free time, which you'll have a lot more of with these actionable steps. Surround yourself with hungry people, like-minded individuals. Competition is key. Work until you're not escaping anymore. Work until you're creating. And that's how I did it. No luck, no connections, just hunger and execution. But you have to be ready to lose everything to gain everything. Now guys, I do appreciate you listening to all this, talking about, different psychologies, why people think the way they do. That was me, genuine heart-to-heart conversation with you guys, and what I truly believe is the best way forward for you guys to actually escape. And hopefully it makes sense to you. And if it doesn't, please comment below and I will help anyone who leaves a comment on this video asking for a few steps or a direction to help them out. And that's it. That's pretty much it. Wish you guys the best. Thank you for watching again. Peace.